guys, it's Ankita. Welcome to another video. In this video, I am going to talk about First Love by Joyce Carol Oates. The subtitle of this book is A Gothic Tale. It is a really short book, more of a novella. It's by Joyce Carol Oates. Now, I first heard about this author when Eric talked about this. He really loves this author, and I heard him talk about it on his channel. His channel is Eric Carl Anderson. I'll add a link to his channel in the description down below, and I believe he has a video dedicated to this, to the works of this author. And I wanted to try this purely because I love Eric's recommendations. I love how he talks about the books, and most of his recommendations have been spot on. Anyway, let's talk about this book. Once I started reading this book, I realized, oh my goodness, this book is dark. It's really dark. It's about an 11-year-old girl named Josie who thinks she's in love with her cousin who is 25 years old. And this cousin is studying to become the man of the cloth, to become a reverend. You know, as Josie tells her story, we realize that this cousin of hers is actually a pedophile, a depraved man. What I really loved the ability of this author to tell the story. She tells the story, it makes you realize why Josie never really speaks up about her cousin, and the way that the author, the way she has built the story is absolutely believable. It is, I hate to use this word beautiful when describing the writing of this story, but let's say remarkable. It's really remarkable how Joyce Carol Oates has delivered this story. A very difficult story, but there is just an artistic flair to this author that I have not come across in a very long time. I think the last time I appreciated such writing was when I read On Earth We Are Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Myung. Now, that was prose poetry. I think this is much better because this is actually prose, and it does not follow the format of prose poetry. It is prose, but it is still heard excellently. It is truly a Gothic tale. It's set in upstate New York. There's this imagery of a serpent, of hawk. It is used to tell this story. There are some lines in this which they are just perfect observations. And if you have grown up in a dysfunctional family, you will appreciate this work more. If you have not, or if you cannot relate to characters who have grown up in a dysfunctional family, or you are not even willing to learn about it or to know about it, then I would say don't even bother reading this book, because it might be a book which I don't want to hear criticism about, which is really silly because as a reader, I know that all books are subjective. And if you have grown in a dysfunctional family, if you have any idea, if you empathize with people who have grown in difficult circumstances, with weird family members, you'll appreciate this book. You will appreciate Joyce Carol Oates' characterizations in this book. Absolutely not a book for everyone. There is a little bit of magical realism in it, which surprised me. I wasn't expecting, which makes it even more, according to me, it's really difficult to pack a punch in a novella and to do it with not only magical realism, but there's really strong imagery in it. To have both of those things merge with absolutely artistic writing is remarkable. There are also a few pictures in this book, and they are horrifying. Well, it's a Gothic tale, so what do you expect? Here's the hawk. Another thing that surprised me about this book is that part of it is in second person and part of it is in first person, and it kind of switches between second and first. I absolutely despise second person. From an author's perspective, it is very difficult to write in second person, and it requires an immense amount of skill to do that. But you know what? It requires immense amount of brain cells for me to decode and to really understand second person. It's so difficult for me to follow a story that's told in second person. I really appreciate third person, mainly like the omnipresent narration. First person, excellent, very easy to follow, but really appreciate the third person, never the second person. But this book, this is the first time that the second person, it just had an impact on me. It was very powerful. In this book, so in some way, Joyce Carol Oates made it possible to read this book, even though some of it is in second person. Let me know in the comments down below if you prefer books in second person, third, or first. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye.